All right, here we go. Hey everyone, my name is Natalee Facey, and I am the creator of Coaching for Birth Warriors. This is actually the first time that I've gone live in this channel. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there's so many new faces, and I wanted to make sure that everyone knows who I am and knows why I am doing this work. Where do I start? So my background is in coaching. I've been a coach for the past 5 years in the Love Yourself, Heal Your Life philosophy of Louise Hay. So if you're not familiar with that name, you might be familiar with Love Yourself, Heal Your Life as something that people often say, or hi. Or you might have heard of Hay House, which is one of the biggest publishers of spiritual and metaphysical books. So I am very, very interested and deep into that world. My husband and I experienced our first loss in 2016. So we're pregnant with a baby girl, and we had a miscarriage at 17 weeks. And it was really that work, the knowledge of that work, that coaching work, that helped me to heal through that process. Also, with the support of my husband, also attending support groups. And after that loss, we waited probably another year or year and a half before trying again, when I felt emotionally and physically in my body that I was ready to become pregnant again. Our second pregnancy was with a boy, and that pregnancy also ended in a loss due to prematurity. So our son Mateo was born at 24 weeks, or 23 weeks actually, in like 5 days. So he didn't even hit the 24-week mark. He spent 6 weeks in the NICU, really fought for his life, but eventually made his transition. And so going through both of those losses really sent me on a journey to understanding more about what happens in the body, how trauma affects the body, even trauma that people experience years and years before pregnancy and before infertility, how that might affect the body. I had heard of somatic therapy years before, excuse me, my pregnancy or the losses. And the moment that I heard about it, I knew that it was something that I knew that it was something that was going to be good for me. And it was after the second loss that I really decided, all right, I need to pause and heal myself on a level deeper than the work that I've already done. So before, I had done regular talk therapy, obviously did the support groups, did a lot of self-coaching through journaling and just working through things on my own based on the tools that I had learned through my coaching training. But I knew that there were things that I was holding in my body that were affecting me on a level that I didn't want it to affect me. So after the second pregnancy loss, that's really when I paused and started doing somatic therapy, which is this beautiful and gentle practice of releasing trauma and pain from the body. So I loved the practice so much, and I found that I was transforming on so many levels, not just from the losses, but from things that I had experienced years ago in childhood. There was so much that I was releasing and that I was healing that I decided to become trained in somatic therapy myself. So essentially, the work that I currently do is what I wish that I had in my pregnancy, especially during my second pregnancy, when I was walking around with so much fear and anxiety. There were days when I would wake up and have so much anxiety in my body that I was frozen in bed. I wasn't operating, I wasn't functioning, I was just frozen with fear and worry and anxiety and not knowing how to start the day or what to do to start the day. And even though externally there was a calm, like, okay, she's good, she's chill, internally my system was racing. And I know now from my somatic therapy training that my nervous system was just in this state of fight, flight, because of the fear of losing another pregnancy, because of not knowing what to do to prevent another loss. And so there are different ways that I now work with moms and birthing people. Essentially, I support people who are on a challenging pregnancy journey. So that might include someone who has had loss, whether a pregnancy loss or an infant loss, someone who has had someone who's experienced infertility, or someone who has experienced some traumatic experience in their life before pregnancy, before infertility, that is now causing complications on that journey. And how I support you, if you're that person, or how I support these people, is through coaching. So the coaching program that I created is called Coaching for Birth Warriors, and it's really acknowledging that to go through something as difficult as a pregnancy loss or infant loss or infertility, and to decide that you're going to continue on that journey, like, that is the work of a warrior. Like, you have to be so strong and so resilient to decide, all right, this thing happened to me, it shattered my life, but I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to move forward to create the family and the life that I want. Like, you're a warrior for deciding to do that. And on the other hand, while I'm acknowledging that you're a warrior, I'm also acknowledging that it's really difficult, right? You know that it's difficult. You know how difficult this path is. And so my coaching program is to support you on that journey. My program incorporates having a tribe around you, so having people who've gone through similar experiences. It incorporates one-to-one sessions with me every 2 weeks. It also incorporates developing strategies around the things that are challenges for you. So whether it is finding a new birth team, a new care team, whether it is working through things in your partnership that has come up after the loss, or a really big part of it is healing the emotional body. Because again, after going through something really traumatic, that trauma impacts the body. And so it's creating the space and walking you through this beautiful process of somatic therapy to heal your body of the emotional wounds that are left, so that it isn't creating imbalances in your body, it isn't creating complications in your pregnancy or challenges becoming pregnant. So that's a coaching piece. The other thing that I offer, I didn't mention this, I'm a doula, I'm a birth doula. So that's the other piece that I offer. So supporting women and birthing people as they're going through the pregnancy journey, as they're preparing for childbirth. And then my other offering is to provide what did I call this one? I just created this one after speaking with a couple of clients and learning that they needed something different from the coaching program. So it's a new program called Mind, Body, Baby, and that really is supporting them with stress release. It's going into the mindfulness piece. I basically call it's like a massage without being touched. And so to just feel this sense of relaxation, this softness, this calm, and this grace in your body, because there is so much anxiety and so much fear after you've had a loss or after you've experienced infertility. And so really helping you to feel calm in your body, to not hold stress and tension in your body. So that's the third program that I offer. I also have a podcast called Preparing for Pregnancy After Loss. In that podcast, I share my pregnancy journey. I share the pregnancy journey of other birth warriors. And I share a lot of tips on healing and what happens on a psychological, mental, emotional level when we're trying to heal, like understanding triggers and understanding emotions and tools and techniques that I have leveraged in my own healing. So just really offering that resource for birth warriors. So that's me. I'm wondering what else I have left out. Oh, I didn't mention, I also have a private Facebook community called the Birth Warriors. So if you're interested, click the link in my bio to join that community, or you can search on Facebook for the Birth Warriors. But this is a safe space away from the criticism or the judgment of the world, a space where you're with other women and birthing people who have had similar experiences, and you can share challenges and fears that are coming up for you. And that's also where I share extra tips that I don't share anywhere else. So, coming from the podcast, if there are any extra pieces of content or extra resource that I want to share, that's where I share those. And so, hopefully, you can come hang with us in the Birth Warrior community on Facebook. But yeah, I think I will stop there for today. I'll share more about my experience, more about my background, more about why I do this work, more about the beautiful babies whom I have had the pleasure of holding in my body, and who I got to experience, even though their time here was short. And so just know that I am here to support you on this journey. Know that, I've been on a very similar journey, and I know that it's a tough one. And so feel free to DM me, feel free to reach out if you'd like to share your story and just like to be heard and would like to be witnessed. Also, if you'd like to learn more about the offerings that I have and how they might support you in your own journey, we can talk about those as well. But I'm here to be the person that I wish I had on my pregnancy journey. I'm here to offer support and encouragement and some real stuff that actually works to feel more calm and more ease in the body, and to help you to feel stronger, more resilient, and more confident. So yes, feel free to reach out, and I would be happy to support you. All right, thank you. Bye.